Well, I had to make a sickening video yesterday, and now I have got to make another sickening video. This is gone, or it's in the process of being bulldozed as I speak. These are the Pine Barrens in East Quogue, and as you know, I think last week I read an article that the lawsuit was dismissed. Now we have more other news. The appeal was also dismissed. You have these corrupt judges, and this year was a picture taken in the area where they're going to build this. You can see if we go right here to the web page. You can see about the hills. This is the area they're going to build it. You can see the existing site of the hills at East Quogue. So it says some of it will be preserved, but a lot of it will not be preserved. You'll see they claim that 71% will be natural area. We'll see about that because from what I've heard, they're already bulldozing this area right here. Obviously, yesterday I read to you the article about the 555, the whole thing that they're trying to build in Calverton. 10 million square feet of industrial and commercial buildings situated and along the runways at Calverton Airport. I read this to you. Pretty sickening. We went over the diagrams that showed the destruction of those woods. So if we go over here, we went over these diagrams here that show these are where all these buildings are trees. So again, we're looking at EPCAL right now, but you see where all these buildings are trees, pine barrens, beautiful pine barrens that should be left alone in their beautiful natural state. But you could see here, this area here is where the buildings would be right here. This gray area is like an apron that they would have. So again, all these trees would be knocked down here, and we're talking about EPCAL here. So you can see here, again, look at those huge buildings. Again, this is where trees once were, but not anymore. Again, I'll put all the links to that below. You can see, again, there's the buildings, and there's what you could actually have that's what it looks like without the buildings, and that's what it looks like with the buildings. All right, so let's get back on track here and talk about the latest news with this, what's going on in East Quogue. So it says Lewis Road project suit dismissed. Opponents launch immediate appeal. However, I think it is now too late. So it says once again, State Supreme Court Justice Carmen Victoria St. George has dismissed a lawsuit related to the Lewis Road housing and golf course project, which used to be known as the Hills. Days later, an appellate court also denied opponents' request to cease clearing on the property while an appealing of the ruling was underway. So they are now clearing the property. In December, after a lengthy and contentious review process, Discovery Land Process Company received final approval to develop some 600 acres in the Pine Barrens in East Quogue with luxury condos and a golf course. Opponents sued to overturn the approval in January. As she did, one environmentalist sued over the 2019 preliminary approval of the development. St. George determined that the litigants wouldn't experience any direct injury, and they had no standing to launch the legal action. In dismissing the current case on Tuesday, on February 21st, St. George invoked the doctrine of collateral estoppel, which bars a litigant from arguing an issue resolved in a prior lawsuit. Just days later, the plaintiffs filed an appeal of St. George dismissal. The latest Article 78 proceeding was brought by many of the same initial petitioners, the Long Island Pine Barren Society, Group for the East End, East Quogue Civic Association, plus some individual residents of East Quogue. Those neighbors were added to the list of petitioners. The project is located at the end of Spinney Road on one side. The new petitioners live on Spinney Road, but the justice noted that since there are other houses near theirs on Spinney Road, and those people didn't sue, the new petitioners failed to show that they'd suffer any injury from the general public. Offering a statement on behalf of Group for the East End is President Robert DeLuca, wrote on February 22nd, yesterday, Judge Carmen Victoria St. George once again found that residents living in the immediate vicinity of the largest development project contemplated in the central Suffolk Pine Barrens in a generation, that's right, including with property directly adjoining the active development site, had no standing to challenge a controversial split decision of the Southampton Town Planning Board, which gave the go-ahead to build an expansive commercial resort, including a health club, spa, dining for 210,000 square feet of retail, pools, and sports field, along with 130 resident units of residential development and a luxury 18-hole golf course, all to be constructed in the town's most protective residential zone. The zone typically allows 1 unit of development for every 5 acres. DeLuca concluded the decision should be deeply concerning to any citizen who believes that the action of non-elected land use boards should be subject to the public scrutiny and objective review by the courts. As she has previously, St. George has made no decision on the underlying merits of the challenge, but rather chose to focus on denying the rights of nearly a dozen East Quogue residents and well-established community and conservation organizations to question the legality of building an expansive commercial development on a low-density residentially zoned piece of property that was specifically restricted to protect ground and surface waters. The petitioners vowed an immediate appeal, and DeLuca said he will seek a restraining order to prevent the destruction of our precious pine barrens pending an appellate decision on standing and subsequently the merits of the case. In the meantime, we expect with the town's support that developers will make every effort to get into the property and take down as much of the intact forest as they can while we wait a decision by the court, and that's what they're doing. So it says clearing commenced last week, so it has already commenced. It's already gone. According to observers who reported the work on February 23rd, Discovery was under the gun to get certain portions of the land cleared before a February 28th deadline. Clearing is prohibited in some sections of the property after that date in order to protect the potential habitat for the endangered northern long-eared bat. Clearing near the bat's habitat is only permitted during certain winter months. I mean, my gosh. On February, the council for both sides met via conference call to address opponents' request for a temporary restraining order to halt clearing on the site until the appeal was argued. Judge Joseph Maltese denied the motion. So you can see the judges don't care, nobody cares, and nobody's willing to do anything to stop it. During the review before the Central Pine Barrens Commission, Brookhaven Town Supervisor Ed Romaine, a commissioner, repeatedly complained about the changes being made to the project after the public hearing was held. He was outvoted by fellow commissioners, including Southampton Town Supervisor Jay Schneiderman. And Ed Romaine is going to probably be the Republican running for Suffolk County Executive, by the way. So... and again, Southampton Town Supervisor Jay Schneiderman is a Democrat. So you see that this was mainly pushed by Democrats, this project, not Republicans. I just want to make that clear because, again, a lot of people like to demonize the Republicans, all right? It's the Democrats are for destruction too, all right? In fact, maybe they're worse, at least in New York it seems they are. So it says here, it's all about the judge determines that the same petitioners from the early case didn't bring up the changes and how they might cause injury. They lack standing. So it's just another BS thing. And the land is already being cleared. It's already gone. It's all this beautiful scenery here is now gone. So this here, you could already see the trailer here in this picture here, and all those pines there, they are in there. What just happened? All right, let's try that again. I think I closed that window. I do apologize, but all those pines are gone now. They're gone. So we'll show you on the map there. I don't know what exactly happened there. My computer just decided to go completely haywire. So let's look at the area that again is involved in this. So, all right, so it's the area right here. So they've already started clearing this area right here. So this whole area here is in the process of being cleared. This whole area here, this beautiful desert-like area, which let's see if we still have the image up here. The computer won't do anything weird this time, but you'll see here. Look, this is all gone. Look at all these beautiful pines. They're all being destroyed. Only on Long Island, folks. Only on Long Island does this happen. It's absolutely disgusting and absolutely shameful. And again, Judge Carmen St. George, we look her up. Carmen St. George is a Democrat. Judge Carmen St. George, judge profile. So this is the judge that's the one. You can see her right here. There's her picture. Yeah, you can see what she represents. It's pretty obvious what she represents. And doesn't care about the Pine Barrens, that's for sure. So they're trying to fight, but obviously I think at this point we've lost the Quogue, we've lost the battle, and once they start clearing the woods, there's nothing. The environment is being destroyed, and there's not really much we can do to stop it from happening. And it's just really just a shame and just heartbreaking. Just another reason why I'm going to wind up living in New Jersey, especially once this goes through. this EPCAL thing. Once this happens, and they're going to start clearing the woods here, honestly, I think my time on Long Island is done, because it just, it's obvious they don't care about the Pine Barrens here, and nobody really is willing to do anything to stop this destruction. And again, we go over the diagrams here. Again, this is EPCAL. So again, all these woods here that you see here, this is the runway here, and we go to the map here, and you'll see that all of this will be gone here, all of this. So I'll draw that out again for you here. So we already lost Quogue. That's already in the process of being bulldozed. Now we are losing this area here as well. So generally all the big buildings are going to go here like this. Big buildings here, all those trees, they're gone. And yeah, most of this is all gone here. So it's going to be a little more like this. And then this probably too will be gone. So it's just going to get worse and worse and worse for the Pine Barrens on Long Island. We have two major developments that are, one development's already in progress, and the next one is going to be starting as soon as the Riverhead town tries to, after this article. I'm sure that, again, the people, they don't care. I already read their comments for you, their comments on the Riverhead local Facebook page. I can bring it up again, but we can bring it up again here on the Riverhead local Facebook page here. And again, this judge here is the one. She doesn't care about the Pine Barrens at all. She's a preppy. You can see she's preppy. She's, obviously looking out for a certain demographic. You know that already. You know that. So it's really sad. It really is. And let's see, I'm trying to get to their Facebook, of course. Now all of a sudden it doesn't want to come up. Of course it doesn't want to come up because I didn't bring up the stupid thing. So you're going to have to hold on a second. All right, so this is what I brought up yesterday here with 99 comments. And again, none of my fellow Long Islanders care. You see there's my comment. But most of them just care about finance and getting their drag strip, basically. Just care about the money and the drag strip. Not one person cares about the loss of the Pine Barrens. Not one person. Not one person here. You don't see anything here. Not one mention of the Pine Barrens. I'm the only one that mentioned the Pine Barrens. And it's just, it's unbelievable. It really is. It really is. You can see here, they're just, they're just thinking about the money. They're just thinking about, even the article that I read to you yesterday here, and I'll put the information for this again. They don't care about the Pine Barrens. And then we get to the governor's latest announcement, where she's announcing $110 million in grants awarded to 86 water quality protection projects across the state. Yet she's done nothing to protect the Pine Barrens. And where is all this money going on Long Island, you may ask? It's going to the South Shore. It's going to, you'll see here in a minute, there's, let's see what we've got here. Anything for land acquisition projects, just upstate, city of wherever. What about, she should have acquired the land in the Pine Barrens, but no, again, she's full of it. All right? Marine habitat restoration. Seatuck, this is the one. The Seatuck will improve a fish passage at Mill Dam Pond in Wantaw, of course. So, again, Wantaw. I guess, but again, nobody really cares about the dumping here. Like all this trash here that's in the Pine Barrens. Nobody really cares about that in Deer Park. Nobody's going to do a damn thing about that. It's just, it's so obvious what's going on with Long Island, and it's just getting worse and worse and worse. It really is. And, I'm fighting a losing battle. I know it. I know it's going to be happening. I know where I'm going to wind up. But I'm stubborn. I don't want to listen, and I want to keep fighting. And I'll try. But obviously, I think if I don't make any more progress this year, I think it's time to call it quits and just leave. It's just, Long Island is for snobs. It's for white finance professionals, with their little preppy towns and stuff. And, it's not about the wild. It's not about enjoying the forest. It's not about the things I value in life. And it's a real shame what's happened It really is. But I think it's just an eventuality that I'm going to just be getting out of here. I'm sick of reading these news articles to you and seeing all these beautiful places destroyed. There's only so much heartbreak I can take. It's just, and nobody cares. Nobody does anything. I see by the lack of comments on these videos, nobody really cares on Long Island. If you want Pine Barrens, you have to go and shut up and live in New Jersey. That's where you have to go because that's where they have the big, vast Pine Barrens here that you can enjoy, and people can actually appreciate the Pine Barrens and appreciate the beauty here instead of being in love with money. It's all about the beaches here on Long Island. Go to New Jersey, they care about their Pine Barrens. They're proud of their Pine Barrens. They love their Pine Barrens. I mean, you have signs, like, for instance, I think this is it right here. There's a sign right here. I think there's a sign right here, unless it's still there. Here it is. Look at that. Do we have a nice sign like that? Look, it's Pinelands National Reserve. Do we have a sign like that? No, we don't. All right. So it's obvious where they care about the Pine Barrens and where they don't. It's obvious where I'm going to wind up having to go live. It's really only a matter of time. It really is. It's getting to the point where I think maybe I need to start thinking about getting out of Long Island now because one more loss of the Pine Barrens, if we lose EPCAL, I think, honestly, it's it. I'm living my life here, and I'm just unhappy seeing what's going on. And it's just a matter of time. It really is. I'm going to wind up living in New Jersey. It's just not a matter of if. It's just a matter of when at this point, because the very thing I love is being destroyed. It's all about these Wall Street people, and they're not going to lose anytime soon. So I know when the writing is on the wall. I really do. So that's going to be it. Thank you for watching. It's a shame that we're going to lose more Pine Barrens. Of course, these are the next to go. I mean, why? It's so sad what's going on, and nobody is speaking up. Nobody wants to do anything about it. I try to bring it up in social media. Some groups, they actually remove my posts. They don't want anything controversial to go against any of the corruption going on. They just don't. It's just this. Wall Street runs New York. There ain't anything I got to do about it. I should have known when Hochul won. It was over. So that's going to be it. So New York's commitment to clean water. She's so full of it, this woman. You have destroyed the state. You and all the people that voted for you are the reason why I'm going to have to pack my bags and leave New York. Between the crime and the destruction of the environment, it's over. I did what I could. I really could. I don't know what else I can do. None of my fellow Long Islanders are willing to fight. It's just unbelievable. It really is. It's all. I'm done.